You cannot control what happens to you, only how you react to what happens to you. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint, number 102. Back on the road, I'm heading to Dry Creek. Last day of South Australia's mandatory lockdown for non-essential services. And it got me thinking about this old story or fable of these twins that grew up in a household with a father who was an alcoholic, and every night he'd come home. It's kind of hitting close to home. Every night he'd come home and he'd be drunk and be irrational, and the twins grew up in that household and obviously became adults. And the first twin was interviewed about that as an adult, and how did this impact your life? And he had gone to university, become a professional, and had found love, got married, and had a beautiful family, and doesn't drink, doesn't touch a drop of alcohol. And he said to the interviewer, what was my choice? I grew up with an alcoholic father. I had no choice but to break the cycle and not be the same as my dad. And then when the twin brother was interviewed, he was asked the same question around life and how things had kind of come, and he hadn't managed to do well at school. He struggled with completion, didn't go to university, and basically gets drunk every night and has just continued to follow in his father's footsteps. And when he was asked why, he said to the interviewer, well, what choice did I have? I grew up with an alcoholic father. I had no choice but to be an alcoholic. And it just highlights in that fable or that story that you have a choice to deal with things that happen to you. And the things that are going to happen, and how you react to those things will dictate what happens in your life moving forward. And things like a 7-day lockdown, or in some cases a 5-week lockdown, depending on what state of Australia you're in, happens to people, right? You can't control that, but what you do with that time and how you react to the things that get thrown at you will dictate how happy you are in life and what you manage to achieve. So I strongly encourage you to be conscious of how you react to things, because as I said at the start, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to the things that happen to you that matter. That is it. Thanks for tuning into In the Car with Clint, number 102. Hopefully we can resume normal programming every morning as I drive to work and give you a little bit of a tidbit of my opinions and maybe some business tips or some life tips that are helping me, that might help you. If you're enjoying the content, I would love it if you would be happy to hit that like button so that we can get more reach on YouTube and I can start growing this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please, if you're interested, do so. If not, that's fine. Be kind to each other, and I will talk to you real soon.